And welcome back. Well, now that we've unlocked our X and Z axes, we can actually rotate it round so that the X now replaces the Y axes. So let's pop into the top viewport. Let's go zoom. Let's go for our rotate. So we're replacing the X with the Y. Bring that round. I don't know, that's about the right angle there. Now if we go into our left viewport, go zoom, and we need to bring this up so that the angle's correct again. About there. That looks good. Put it into perspective. Let's pan around a little bit. Let's just have a look at that. Okay, back into our curve editor, and it should be on our 0.01. There we are. So now we can click on Z rotation, right click, and let's go lock. The Y rotation, right click, lock that. Let's close this down now. So if all worked well, if we rotate this now, it should rotate only about the axis on X. Let's have a look. There we go. Perfect. Problem resolved. Let's just undo that for a moment. Pop into our schematic view. And now if we go to link or connect, let's link this to 0.1. Just close this for a moment now. Pull out a little bit. And let's have a look. As you can see, let's just pull around a bit. That is now coming out to the right angle at the front here. Perfect. Now I will not tell you how many hours I scratched my head at that little problem some time ago. Have a look in Mac's help, see if you can find anything about it. I'd be interested to know. Okay, that resolves that anyway. Let's put that back to begin with. So for me, that kind of makes the argument for always using the X-axis as your primary axes. Okay, what I want to do is give this a name. So let's call it point connection underscore. I'll just put UCAR underscore port and press return. Now I want to pop into our schematic view and just unlink this. Okay, that's nice. Now we can select our control curve Messerschmitt, go control 5. We want to modify an object, attribute holder, custom attribute. We're looking at undercarriage port. Now we have our rubber band. Let's select our point connection there. Transform, rotation, X rotation. U carriage port to the X rotation. We're going to make that a one-way connection, not forgetting our little expression deg to rad, open parentheses, onto the end, close parentheses, and let's go connect. Lovely. Well, we had a bit of a screen freeze there. Seems we haven't had one of those for a while. Well, it seems that way anyway. Where were we? Yes. Alright, we just created this. So now what we want to do is pop into our schematic view, and very quickly we're going to link our undercarriage to our point connection there. Let's close that down. Pop over to undercarriage port, and let's see the results, shall we? Yep, it goes the wrong way. Why is it going the wrong way? Well, the answer is simple. What we've done, if we zoom in just a little bit, is by rotating we've changed the y-axis, and if we have a look by going into Alt 1 into our parameters editor, let's go edit delete and pull up the undercarriage port. Right, pull this over for a moment, try and explain this. Now the y-axis actually sort of controls the positive and negative aspect of the degrees. So we set it from 0 to 75. Now that means that the y-axis here is moving down in this direction, going plus 75. Therefore our undercarriage is going upwards. So what we need to do is actually make this minus 75, so therefore it goes back, so it goes up to the top and this comes down to the bottom. However, before we make this change, what I do want to do is pop up and into our schematic view again, and I want to unlink this. So I'm going to select it and go unlink. Now I keep linking and unlinking simply because whilst we're working on this, it tends to throw this out as far as its position is concerned, and I want to maintain the position it's in, the housed position, because getting it back can be a real pain. So that's why we keep linking and unlinking whilst we work on this. Okay, now I need to reselect our control curve, because by unlinking that it kicked me off of this. So let's go there, Alt 1, edit, delete, undercarriage port. Let's have a look. Now we've actually changed the angle a little bit to some extent for the Y. So I'm going to say it from 0 to minus, and instead of 75 I'm going to increase it just a little bit to 83. Press return on that one and say apply change. Close this down, pop into our schematic view, link, and let's link this now, close it down, undercarriage, there we go, perfect. Let's pan up a little bit, zoom around, and you'll see now that the angle is correct and everything is working hunky-dory. There we are. Lovely. Well, another slight screen freeze there. Oh well, not to worry, let's continue. So now we can pop back up into our schematic view, and we're going to unlink our undercarriage there. There we go. Now, I'm sure there are some more experienced Macs users amongst you who are saying, well, hold on, if you want to keep things in the same position, why don't you do a freeze transform? Well, a freeze transform, what that is you press Alt and then right click on the screen, and this kind of brings up our animation quad menus, and there it is, freeze transform. Now we'd actually select everything and go freeze transform, and it would freeze things in this position. And then if I move things around or things go out of place, we could come back in, go Alt, right click and transform to 0, and it would put everything back to the position at which we froze it. Yeah, fine. The thing is, if you're not experienced in Macs, it can actually cause you more problems than it will resolve. So, as tedious as it may be, we will continue for the time being going into our schematic view and linking or unlinking our elements. That explains that one. Okay, well, mindful of the time, we'll continue this in the next session. I'll catch you later.